Old ideas, the seasoned politicians of your mental parliament, don't behave like the flimsy, passing thoughts you can dismiss with a sigh. They've been elected, re elected, and entrenched for years. Their influence isn't metaphorical, it is etched into tissues, strengthened pathways, thickened synapses, and metabolic shortcuts carved deep into your neural terrain. Trying to retire them feels less like deleting a file and more like persuading a mountain to shift a few centimeters. These veteran circuits carry structural privileges, well worn neural pathways, highly efficient synaptic transmission, reduced energy cost of activation, entrenched emotional tagging, a long reinforcement history shaped by dopamine, automatic firing patterns that ignore your intentions. A new idea is a faint track in a meadow. An old belief is a trail stamped by generations. When you stop walking it, the landscape doesn't instantly revert. The forest hesitates. The soil retains its compacted memory. Here on the right, this image on the right, this clean, well-defined pathway resemble your current identity and your current self. And it's fresh, it's well defined, it's easy to walk in. Why? Because you use it most of the time. You use it, like, let's say every day. If you keep thinking about the same ideas and you keep reinforcing your identity every day, which is true. Like most of the people, 99% of people do that every day. You keep firing the same thoughts, you keep thinking about the same thoughts, you keep feeling the same exact way, your body keep generating or keep feeling the same exact way, your life stay the same, right? But after a long time of no use of this path, it will eventually become like this one on the left. You can see it's not well defined. There are rocks there. It's hard to walk on, and the same exact thing will happen with your ideas and your thoughts. These ideas and these thoughts that you don't think about or you ignore will become eventually like this path. It will be hard to activate them. It will be hard to feel the same exact way you used to feel. And this is the point here. The biological machinery behind this is stubborn because long term potentiation, the strengthening of connections from repeated activation, has sculpted these pathways into optimized routes. Extra receptors set ready, neurotransmitters flow smoothly, synapses fire with the confidence of a muscle trained by years of repetition. The brain favors efficiency, and efficient circuits get priority in the neural marketplace, even if they no longer serve you. When you attempt to ignore the veteran idea, the prefrontal cortex issues inhibitory commands. GABA tries to hush the circuitry, but struggles against its volume. Strong pathway resist suppression because they cost less to activate. Metabolic resources naturally flow towards familiar activity and circuits. The brain reuses old code instead of generating a new scripts. Yeah, kinda makes sense. And here, by the way, it's a very important thing to understand because we keep saying GABA, GABA, GABA. What is GABA? You can understand GABA as the brain's built-in brake pedal. Yeah, this is the most easiest way to understand it because if you want to get into the detail of how it's work and or from what it's made, it will get very complicated. But this is the simple idea. GABA brake pedal, easy. This is why old habits feel automatic. They are automatic. Their circuitry has been refined into a near fractionless machine. The prefrontal cortex isn't weak, it is just outnumbered, forced to quieten a marching band with the librarian's hush. Emotion adds more glue. If the old idea is tied to identity, memory, reward, or survival learning, it recruits deeper structure. The amygdala tags it with meaning. The hippocampus binds it to context. And the ventral striatum remembers the reward that once followed. Dopamine spent years sharing for this circuit, and ignoring it now requires upstream effort against the chemical history. The pruning system, the gardener of the brain, moves slowly. It removes synapses only after long periods of disuse. Receptors downregulate gradually, not instantly. Metabolic support is withdrawn only after constant neglect. Competing circuits must grow strong enough to take over. Weeks or months of repetition are needed for durable change. The forest path doesn't vanish overnight. Leaves gather, underbrush creeps in, the soil loosens. A new path must form elsewhere, step by step, until the brain eventually prefers the new route over the old one. Meanwhile, the attention system must keep redirecting itself. Each redirection strengthens emerging circuits, turning them into the fresh contenders that can one day outcompete the veteran idea. The goal isn't annihilation through force. The goal is to shift the balance of metabolic investment. The difficulty of this process is not flow in your mind. It is a signature of biological seriousness. Ideas with long histories have physical weight. They resist change the way rivers resist rerouting. Yet, with enough persistence, new channels form. Water flows where the new paths open. Eventually, even the veteran idea loses its authority, not through dramatic overthrow, but through a quiet inevitability of redirection repeated until the old circuit can no longer justify its metabolic cost.